Known for his infectious energy and breakout roles in blockbuster films, Anton's story is one of promise, perseverance, and profound loss, a reminder of how fragile life can be, even for those who seem invincible on screen. Anton Viktorovich Yelchin was born on March 11, 1989, in Leningrad, Soviet Union, now St. Petersburg, Russia. His parents, Irina Karina and Viktor Yelchin, were celebrated figure skaters, stars of the Leningrad Ice Ballet. But as anti-Semitism rose and the Soviet Union crumbled, they made the bold choice to flee to Los Angeles when Anton was just 6 months old. They sought a better life, free from persecution, and settled in the U.S. as refugees. In a poignant interview with the Los Angeles Times upon arrival, Irina recalled a stranger on the street gazing at baby Anton in his stroller and declaring, "He's beautiful. He will be an actor." Little did she know those words would prophesy his destiny. Growing up in L.A., Anton was a shy child, more comfortable in his imagination than in crowds. His favorite movie as a kid was Space Jam, and he'd reenact scenes with his Bugs Bunny toy in his room, turning it into a mini movie set. A family friend spotted his spark and suggested acting classes. For the first 6 months, 8-year-old Anton stared at his feet, too timid to engage. But gradually, the classes built his confidence, honing his storytelling skills and laying the groundwork for a remarkable career. His mother, despite her full-time job, drove him to auditions after work, supporting his budding passion. Anton started with commercials and TV spots, but he soon realized it wasn't fulfilling. Around age 11, his parents introduced him to classic cinema to expand his horizons. Taxi Driver, Mean Streets, Raging Bull. These films ignited a fire in him. He began studying movies obsessively, taking notes for hours, observing people's behaviors to infuse authenticity into his roles. Anton's breakthrough came quickly. In 2000, he debuted in the low-budget film A Man is Mostly Water, realizing acting was his calling. Soon, he shared the screen with legends like Albert Finney, Morgan Freeman, and Anthony Hopkins. His performance in Hearts in Atlantis 2001 earned him a Young Artist Award for Best Performance in a Feature Film. As a teen, he dove into indie films, earning praise for his dedication. Co-stars called him one of the hardest-working young actors they'd known. While others partied after shoots, Anton retreated to his trailer, scribbling notes on characters, filling scripts with marginalia, and journaling poetry, film criticism, and philosophy. Friends attributed his relentless drive to an immigrant mentality, always pushing harder, never settling. For a scene in Alpha Dog where he had to play drunk, Anton, who'd never been intoxicated, confided in his mom. She advised he didn't need to get drunk to act it, but committed to realism, he took 3 tequila shots from his parents' liquor cabinet and filmed himself to study the effects. It was quirky, dedicated, pure Anton. But his most iconic role came in 2009 with J.J. Abrams' Star Trek reboot, where he played Pavel Chekhov, the witty Russian ensign. Nailing the accent wasn't easy. He dismissed his moms as not real enough and turned to his grandfather for guidance. The role skyrocketed him to international fame, showcasing his likability, youthful, funny, kind. Chekhov mirrored Anton, quick-witted and endearing. He reprised the role in sequels, solidifying his place in Hollywood. Yet beneath that vibrant exterior lurked a secret battle. Anton was born with cystic fibrosis, a genetic disorder causing mucus buildup in the lungs and organs, often shortening life expectancy to 35 to 40 years back then. His parents shielded him from the full truth until he was nearly an adult, fearing it would limit him. At 17, his mom revealed it when warning him against smoky parties. Anton kept it private, focusing on health, medications, alternative remedies, exercise. He'd wake early for 2-hour breathing treatments, hook up to machines multiple times daily, pound his chest to clear mucus, then step out smiling, ready for work. As he aged, worries grew, but he broke the silence, proud of his achievements despite CF. By 27, he'd completed 69 projects without missing a day. In 2016, he prepped his directorial debut, Travis, a screenplay he wrote, nodding to Taxi Driver, the film that inspired his path. Now, the question that haunts fans: how did this vibrant life end so abruptly? Not from his lifelong illness, but something utterly preventable. It happened on June 18, 2016. Anton was set for a rehearsal with friends. When he didn't show, they grew worried and drove to his San Fernando Valley home. Approaching the driveway, they faced horror. Anton's body pinned between his 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, a brick mailbox pillar, and security fence. Investigations pieced it together. Anton likely exited the SUV briefly, perhaps to check mail, believing it was in park. But it was in neutral. The engine running, it rolled down the steep driveway, striking him and trapping him. He died almost instantly from blunt traumatic asphyxia. His body lay undiscovered for hours until friends arrived. No suspicious circumstances, a tragic mishap. The Jeep had a recall issued in April 2016 by Fiat Chrysler Automobiles for a rollaway risk affecting over 1.1 million vehicles. The gear selector was faulty. Drivers often thought they were in park when not. Anton received notice a week prior. The issue linked to 68 injuries, 266 crashes, 308 property damages. In August 2016, his parents sued Fiat Chrysler for wrongful death, blaming the design flaw. They settled confidentially in 2018, likely for a substantial sum. From the settlement, they founded the Anton Yelchin Foundation, aiding young artists with debilitating conditions. They donated $1 million to USC's Cystic Fibrosis Center, where staff were like family to Anton. Funds also backed the documentary Love, Antosha, featuring co-stars like Chris Pine, Kristen Stewart, Jennifer Lawrence, and Zoe Saldana, sharing memories. Tributes poured in. J.J. Abrams called him our little brother, wise and clever. His laugh was preposterous. Star Trek producers retired Chekhov, refusing recasts. The third film released a month after his death, dedicated to him. Anton's story is a heartbreaking tapestry of talent and tenacity undone by fate. He lived fully, defying odds, but his terrifying last minutes underscore life's unpredictability. In the end, his legacy endures, not in tragedy, but in the light he brought to screens and hearts, a star extinguished too soon, leaving us to ponder what more he could have given.